Right. Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Reds podcast. And of course, I'm joined with Benito. What's happening, my guy?
What's good, Pastor D? What's happening, my dude?
Yeah, man. Same old, same old.
Hmm.
It seems like your prediction came true, came to light. I remember you saying you had this strange feeling that United are gonna draw this match, and we drew.
Yeah.
We drew, And what do you think of the result? Do you think it's a fair result? Um, do you think we should have won? Do you think we should have lost? What's your take on the result?
I'm actually happy that we got away with the draw.
Yeah,
Like we just made it. Like we on Tottenham's side, like they felt hard done by. Like they felt like they should have probably won that game. And when you think about it, in a very strange way, yes, they should have. But yeah, man, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable because
yeah,
you look at the way the game is, and we talked about the strengths of both sides. We know that Tottenham, they play very well, they play very good, and they have a high line. And then we, because just coming off the previous game against Wigan, were not good. So it was like we needed to perform, and we're playing at home. Sir Jim was home, Sir
yeah,
Alex was
yeah,
home. It was a big shindig. It the boys had to step up.
yeah,
So yeah, but I still retain that if they had the rest of their side, like all the players that they were missing in that team, we could have been punished. Like that score
yeah,
wouldn't have been 2-2. It would have been more.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, I hear you, but and then in terms of what if we had our full squad? Because remember, we also have players missing, right? I
True.
hear what you're saying, and I
True.
agree to you to a certain extent, but I also feel like we also have players that I think would have made a difference if they're in that game. Yeah,
True, true. We do, and for me, right now, currently, the only three players that when they come back, we're going to feel that boost, and that is Casemiro, Licha, and Luke Shaw. Right?
yeah, yeah,
Tottenham, like even if we did have bring back those guys, like I still feel like even if Tottenham had their full squad, I'm talking about Son in, Bisuma, Sa, Kulisevsky, who else? I don't know who else is missing. They have those players. They
Madison,
are, and who?
Madison,
Matt, you see, Mada.
yeah,
If they have those players, they are way better than they were. Now,
yeah,
I
yeah,
say this because this season, apart from their journey, like they've been playing very good football, consistent good football. Big Ange is training those guys in a different way. We are not in the same level with Tottenham. That's
true,
one thing we need to get straight. So our players that will come back, they will add value to us. They will strengthen us. But then two or three players against four or five players who are already on it, hey
yeah,
man, you see the balance.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, I got you. Yeah. But anyway, let's get started with the 11 where we always start as usual. You know, started Onana,
Mm.
Delo and Wan Bissaka,
Did he
Varane,
go
Johnny
back, by the way?
Evans. Did who go back?
Did he come home?
Onana.
Oh, not.
Fam. Nah, bruh. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see as time continues. We'll see as the news develops. But as far as I
And his
know,
team is playing soon.
I don't think he has left. You know what I mean? So, and it'll be weird for him to go back now because what was the point? And you know what? Maybe it's a bit unfair to like because none of the goals were his fault. You know,
Yeah, none of them were his fault.
none of them were his fault. Maybe you can argue,
The
was it
first one is
the corner that
bizarre.
they scored? Yeah,
Yeah.
that maybe he could have come out of the thing and tried to attack the ball. Maybe that one you can blame it for. But at the end of the day, it's like we drew 2-2. So like, what was the point of you staying? If we're still gonna be continuing with the same results. So, but anyway, Onana, not Victor Lindelof, Onana, Wan Bissaka, Delo, Varane, Evans. Midfield, we started Ericsson and Kobe Mainu with Bruno Fernandes, and then up front we started Marcus Rashford, Garnacho, and Rasmus Holland. So it seems like this is gonna be the default starting 11 until, further notice. Um, so next game, we're probably hoping to see Licha starting, you know. Sure, we'll see as the news develops, and Casemiro, but basically this seems to be the lineup that is preferred and the lineup that works, you know. But yeah, man, that was starting 11. Man, I can't complain. I wasn't mad at it. I understand why, that there's certain players who are starting. I understand why certain players aren't. So at this point, there's nothing really much we can do. And we've said this a lot of times, until we actually get, the players back. I can't remember if Ahmed was on the bench or not. Was he on the bench for the game?
Mm, no.
He wasn't on the bench, yeah. So he's another player that I just hope that. Let me just have a quick look here. Yeah, he wasn't on the bench. He wasn't on the
Mm,
bench. So I hope that whatever has happened, because I heard what it was illness, yeah? He picked up some
mm,
illness or whatever. So I really hope it doesn't
mm,
prolong for too long because we definitely want to see Ahmed in that team,
mm,
100% competing with Anthony coming off the bench or even competing with Marcus Rashford in terms of starting because it seems Garnacho at this point is undroppable. All right.
mm.
But anyway, the match. So Rasmus Højlund, beautiful goal. Man, when you scored that goal, man, bro,
I
the
went mad.
how, dude, and it was so unexpected.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
first of all, I never thought he was gonna take it off his left foot. So that in itself just shocked me. And then two, the power, because it
Bruh.
all you saw was literally it leaving his foot, and then the next
And
thing
then
is
it
behind the
pulling.
net.
Yeah,
Exactly,
pulling the
pulling
net.
the net.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the like I couldn't even react. My jaw just dropped. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what kind of a goal is dude, that goal came from the heart. It's like every single opportunity I'm going to have, I'm going to make sure. That's what
Dude,
that goal
and
felt like. It felt like,
bro,
dude, if I'm taking a shot at goal, this thing is going in. No
one time,
question about it. No
one
question
time.
about it. And you know what's sad is that it was such a beautiful goal. And
But
I
it
think it was
wasn't meant to be.
I don't want to say it wasn't meant to be. Like talking about
Man,
Rasmus, particularly about Rasmus, ne, it's like
uh,
the only opportunity that he got to score. After that, it was the same old. Lack of
yeah,
service, didn't, wasn't receiving the ball in the position to take shots at the goal. He never had any
dude,
other chances because up
even
until
the goal,
halftime, that was our only shot at on goal and our only shot on target.
even the goal, watch it
Yeah,
properly. If
yeah,
Rashford doesn't fumble that ball, Rasmus
exactly.
doesn't score.
Yeah, 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 yeah. True, true,
Rashford
true.
fumbled that ball, and Rasmus, because he's a predator, because he was
Hey,
lurking,
man.
he latched
Hey,
onto that. That's
my
why
guy.
that is why I celebrated that goal because I was like,
Yeah,
wow, bro, like
yeah. The
scraps. Like
instincts. The
nobody
instincts.
gave you
Yep,
anything. You just had to
yep,
be there. Just
yep.
almost as similar as that. As is it the Villa goal, the volley
Yes,
where
yes,
it
yes,
was
yes, yes, yes.
ricocheting. It's one of those. Like he had to
Yeah,
be in that position. The ball
yeah,
just came and he reacted. But
yeah,
still, no service. No
yeah,
service.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man, it really sucks because after he scored that goal, I'm like Rasmus in any team that are gonna
Bro,
be giving him the ball is just going to be a threat,
bro,
left, right, and center, a
give Rasmus
proper threat.
give Rasmus KDB.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Give Rasmus KDB. The rest
Golden
is
boot
history.
season after season. Easy,
Ah,
easy, easy,
bro.
easy, fam. Easy. Hey, man. But yeah,
I
man.
took I was so happy because of
Yeah,
that. Like I was like, okay, you've scored, but then you had to work for it, Rasmus. Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
giving you the credit. I'm not giving it to Rashford. I'm not giving it to anybody else because you had to do what you are supposed to do. Everybody
yeah,
else is doing what they're supposed to do without even thinking about you and helping you and or even trying to provide for you to score. If they do, it's either it's too much or it's too
yeah,
little. I don't
yeah,
get it. Too
yeah.
much power, too little. What do you want? Ah.
Yeah, nah, man, it is annoying. It is annoying.
Mm.
But let me tell you something that's even more annoying is Rashford's celebration, fam.
Yo,
I
bro.
was happy for
Don't get me
Rashford when
started.
he
Hey.
I was look, you know what? And I think this resonates amongst all United fans. They were happy for Marcus Rashford when he scored up until the point of the celebration.
That
You know,
shit. Who the fuck
everyone
do
was
you think you're
celebrating.
talking to and say
Everyone was celebrating Marcus Rashford. Go and get him. Yes, maybe this is the game that is gonna turn things around. It's against Spurs. You know what I mean? Come, let's get it. And then he goes to this corner and starts doing this nonsense. And you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you literally just fucked up the whole moment by doing that one stupid celebration.
bro?
Fam, you're not
And
this world class, you know, you, you expect that from big players like Ronaldo, Aguero,
thank you.
Benzema, when they go like maybe like 9 games without scoring, because you know that that game when they score and they say you guys talk too much, you know they're gonna go and score another 30 goals
They're
after
going to
that.
continue. Yes.
You know what I mean? They're basically back. They're back. You know, Rashford has never been consistent. He has never been like a dominating forward striker. He's never been that player. So for him to come and celebrate and do all of this new nonsense, like, what are you doing? You've been
Fuck,
piss poor the whole fucking season. What do you mean haters?
bruh.
Because this can literally be his first and last goal for another 9 to 10 games. Then what is he going to say?
Exactly.
What is
Exactly.
he going to say? Like, nah, fam. That celebration just rubbed me the wrong way, fam. Like after he
Me
did
too.
that, I'm just like,
Me
nah,
too.
dog. Nah,
Me
nah,
too.
nah, nah.
I'm
That's
like,
not how
dude,
you do it.
score 5, 6 consecutive games. Like
Exactly.
go on a run,
Exactly.
scoring 2 goals and providing an assist. Like get the
Yeah.
people back on your side, not
Yeah.
before those. Like
Exactly.
that was supposed to be the start of people backing you, supporting you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
now like, okay, Rashford, like we get it. Maybe you're going through something, but let's pick up from there. Then you start
Yeah.
to do this, which
Yeah.
means you have put yourself on the spot, Marcus Rashford.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly. Yeah.
everybody, all the
Yeah.
fans, we are expecting
Yeah.
fireworks. We don't want
Exactly.
anything less.
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
provide an assist, you don't score, you did
Yep.
bullshit.
Yep.
That's what you
Yep.
have done by doing this.
Exactly. Exactly.
You've put yourself on the spot, so now deal with it. We are
Yeah.
watching you, my guy. Because I
True.
thought that was unacceptable. You score once after 50 games, then you come here and you
I
want to start running. Like, you want to, man,
um he
yo,
just he
yo,
just needs to
yo,
humble himself. And you think these
bruh.
guys will learn from each other's mistakes. I mean, look at Harry Maguire when he went and scored and started doing all of this nonsense. You're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, like, why are you putting yourself in this position, doing all of this? And then the next game we're losing because you're not defending. You know what I mean? So I don't know why these players do not learn from each other. And that just goes to show the insecurity and the toxicity in this club, where
Yes.
players always feel that they need to like fight back at the fan base.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you talk too much. I can't hear what you're saying now. Wah, 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 wah. All these top players and these big teams and these they don't do that. You're not gonna find other players in other clubs doing that. You're not gonna find
You don't
Vinicius doing
have
that at
to.
Real Madrid. You're not gonna
Yeah.
find Kane or whoever else doing that. You're not gonna find KDB or Haaland doing that at City or Salah doing that at Liverpool. But United fans always feel the need to like, what were you saying, fans? What were you saying, fans? Like, dude, really,
Like, get off
is
my back.
your
Like, dude, we've been watching you since you made your debut. We
yeah,
know what you're all about. So don't come here
exactly.
and try to, you know,
Yeah,
take a piss. Don't.
yeah,
Don't. And by the way, can we discuss Marcus Rashford's game?
yeah,
Because I thought it was weird. Like
yeah,
I was left confused and sort of like I didn't understand what was going on. So
yeah.
let me just lay down to you what I saw and what I've been having an issue with.
Okay,
So in this game, Marcus Rashford actually defended, you know?
okay,
Like
yeah,
he defended, but not like relentlessly, but he was defending. Now,
yeah,
you've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, but then Marcus Rashford has got this thing where he lurks within the middle.
yeah,
And then if the ball is coming, if we're making that counter attack, obviously he'll break in, take on the guys. Uh, but then when it comes to pressing, he doesn't press. He will just stand by
Mhm.
the halfway line, in between the
Yeah.
halfway line, and just, I don't know, just before you get into the final third. He
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
press. You'll find Rasmus, Garnacho, or maybe even Bruno making that press, and then he doesn't.
yeah,
And then on top of that, when tracking back, he doesn't track back. So I saw this past game, I saw Rashford tracking back, but at the same time hanging in the middle and not pressing. Because I thought, okay, maybe you have given Marcus Rashford a task that you want him to press alone
yeah,
only, and he's not doing it. Now, if you have told him to press, we're not seeing him press. I'm
yeah,
seeing him defending. Have you told him? Because everybody's complaining that Rashford is not tracking back, he's not going back to defend. I'm seeing him doing it. But then now it's like he's picking and choosing. I felt like he was picking and
yeah.
choosing which side to go. If we are being bombarded at the back there, he will lurk in the front.
Okay.
Understand what I mean? It was strange because I kept saying, Rashford, why are you not pressing? And then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe the gaffer wants you to defend because I'm seeing you defending. But I'm not seeing you defending because Wan Bissaka's running back and doing all the job. You are not helping him there. I I don't know. But then again, he scored, and I know it was easy to cover. He did put in the effort. It was better than other games that I've seen him when it comes to
Yeah,
effort. That, but I was confused and annoyed because I'm like, what is fucking Marcus Rashford's role? Is it to
yeah,
attack relentlessly? Because we've seen him
mm,
come on the off the bench and chase like a mad dog, like press.
yeah,
Why is he not pressing like that here? And then I'm seeing him defend today, but then it's not enough. So
yeah,
what is Marcus Rashford's role? I don't know if you noticed any of that or if what I'm saying makes any sense.
yeah, yeah.
But
It makes sense. It makes
yeah, I
sense.
thought
It
that
makes
was
sense.
bizarre.
Yeah,
Like,
man. These are
I had,
just
mm,
yeah. This is just one of the many weird questions. Man. I don't know. I don't know. Like, man, time will tell, fam. Time will tell.
Wan Bissaka on the left hand
Yeah.
side. I,
Yeah, that again,
we
it
we
didn't
talked
make
about
it
that.
it it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Like when I saw him starting on the left, I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, okay, you want to start Delo on the right because you feel Delo plays better on the right than he does on the left, and that she'll contribute more to the game. You trust starting Wan Bissaka over Sergio Reguilon. I don't even know if Sergio Reguilon is still at United or he has gone back to
No, no,
Spurs
no. I think
because
he's gone back.
he's gone back, so we don't have him, and then Luke Shaw obviously is not available. So you just figured, okay, I'm gonna swap them because the low offers more going up front. So let me do it on the right hand side. But the low did nothing
He
in
did
that game on the
focal.
right. So
Yeah,
it's like, what was the point of that switch? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point? You know? Because he didn't even like help. And again, I think it goes back to that strategy that you're talking about, because obviously Spurs were playing a very high line and clearly the game plan was hit them on the break. I mean, Bruno Fernandes hardly had two touches in that game. Every time the ball was played to him, he was just pinging, 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 pinging. That
looking
was
for
his
someone.
task.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He didn't even like it's like he wasn't even looking for someone. And that's why
yeah,
it comes back to
intuition.
your thing of that was probably the game plan. Like once that ball is breaking out from the defense, forwards start running. Bruno, if you get it, just whip it. You know what I mean? Whip it this side, it'll find Rashford. Whip it that side, it'll find Garnacho. So in this game, it was very rare you saw the fullbacks going forward because the only fullback I saw go forward a lot in that game was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I can't
Exactly.
remember an instance or a moment when Dalot actually pressed forward. A lot of the time he was held back. So I'm like, okay, like what exactly was the game plan over here? You know,
Gee, are
you
we
might as
crazy?
well have just kept them in the same position because
Are we
Udogi
crazy
was
about this?
causing problems. I don't know, fam, because Udogi was causing problems for Ganacho. You know what I mean? That was a really epic battle between those two. So man, it's weird
Pedro
how
Porro was
Hey,
was in
man,
trouble for
Pedro
both
Porro.
of them. Even the low.
Yeah,
I'm telling
yeah,
you, like, I thought, I actually thought when the game went on, and I realized because when I looked at the starting lineup, like when you look at the app, you don't really pay
yeah,
attention. You just know Wamba. I didn't know that Wan-Bissaka was on the left or any of that. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
when the
yeah.
game kicked off. The early
Yes.
stages of the game, I found Wan-Bissaka on the left, like attacking it.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait,
yeah.
how the hell did this spider just like did it, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Then I check, I'm like, nah, 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 nah. He has actually switched them. Then I'm like,
yeah,
okay, cool. And then I'm like, oh no, but Pedro Porro is on this. Pedro Porro was on which side? On the left side, right?
yeah. Pedro Porro. He was on
He
the
he's,
left.
he was attacking from the,
Yeah, he was second from the left. He was on the left.
yeah, because Odogi was, yeah,
Odogi
yeah.
was on the, yeah,
Odogi
on
was on the
Garnacho's
left.
side.
Pedro
On
Porro
the
was on the
left.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had him on lock. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, not really on lock, but then he held him, and then this
Yeah.
side is just being bombarded. So I was watching that game, and I wanted to comment and say something in the group, but I'm like, you know what, this topic
Yeah.
of our right backs, I'm done.
Hey man,
Like
I'm
it's not
done with
getting
it.
anywhere.
I'm no man. I'm tired of
Yeah,
talking about it. Honestly, I'm
but
tired of talking about it.
I didn't see the use of doing the swap.
Yeah.
Like if he was trying to get the law to do something that well, it didn't work. It didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just normal. You know.
Yeah. Nah, I
Mm.
hear you, man. But yeah, that was the game. We drew. Right now, we're currently sitting seventh on the table. Um, Brighton have a game in hand and they're a point behind us. I don't know who they're playing next, but they could go ahead of us.
I think
Yeah, they're
they
the
are
only team
playing
currently. Are they playing today?
no. There's no. Is there a prem game today? 20th.
Mm, let me
The
check
next
real
prem
quick.
game is on the 20th.
Fixtures.
If I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
mistaken.
yeah. There's no prem. Yeah, 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 yeah. Prem. I mean, yeah, back on the 20th. So yeah, so right now, like I said, we're sitting in seventh. Man, like
It doesn't look good. It doesn't
before
look
we
good.
wrap up this show, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what are your thoughts, man? Where do we go from here? Does it get better? Are we hovering around this area? Is this where we're most likely going to finish? Because again, I've said this in the past. When you look at the other teams that are sitting ahead of us, Liverpool, City, Villa, Arsenal, Spurs, West Ham, are these teams realistically that we can actually get ahead of them? Plus, we have three teams that are sitting behind us: Brighton, Chelsea, Newcastle. It's actually weird and funny how Newcastle are actually behind us. It's
Below
weird
us.
how we're ahead of
Yeah.
Newcastle. It doesn't seem right. Every time I look at the table, I'm always
It's like
expecting to see Newcastle ahead of us. I'm like, wait, what are you
yeah,
guys doing in 10th?
yeah,
It's so
yeah.
weird, you know? So
Very
what do
true.
you yeah, man. So like I said, before we wrap up, I think our final words will be um where do we go from here? Like what does it look like from this point forward? Like real quick 2 minutes.
Okay. I still think because we need to go on, like I said, maybe a 3 or 5 game run, winning
Yeah.
non-stop, like we win back to back to back. That's the only way we are going to sort of sneak into the conversation of any of those positions up there. But we
Mm-hmm.
need we need consistency, and it has
Mm.
to be now. Like the
Yeah.
games that we are going to play right now, we need to, whether it is 1-0, 2-1, we need those 3 points. We do
Yeah.
that, we're going to put ourselves in a very comfortable position. And then now with everybody coming back and all, like we're going to get that surge of energy coming in. And then the
Yeah.
boys will be like, you guys have been holding it down. Let's just take it from there. I still have hope. But then
Yeah.
the football needs to be a little bit more different. It needs to improve because
Yeah.
the way it is, right? We are literally. I mentioned Wigan against us. That Wigan, which I think youngsters, Wigan. I don't know in what tier of football it is right now. They
Mm.
were they were bulking their chest against Manchester United. Like
Yeah.
yo, and I'm like, is this the level that we are in? Because if this is the level, then we are not going anywhere. Even this consecutive run of games that I'm thinking about. It will never happen. I
Yeah.
don't know. Now I don't know if we need to add a little bit of spark by bringing in one or two players. Maybe Casemiro is going to give them that confidence. That like I feel safe. Maybe Licha is also going to do that. Maybe Luke Shaw is going to do that. I don't know. But if we're not going to improve as like the way we are playing as a team, we're going to struggle to get ourselves into those comfortable positions that we need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, man, I 100% agree with you. I feel the same way. I think we definitely need to go on a run of just winning games. Like we need to build proper confidence, not this thing of
Yeah.
win today, lose tomorrow, draw, win. I think it does nothing for us. So I just
Mm,
think we need to get our minds right. I really hope that Rashford got like a scolding from the manager and say, "Do not aggravate the fans." You know what I mean? Just do your job and keep it moving. So I really hope that the manager spoke to him about it and said, "What you did out there, not cool." So I really hope that that's something Ten Hag has also seen for himself. That's something that Marcus Rashford should not have done.
mm.
And to avoid putting himself under jeopardy, because definitely next match, United fans are definitely going to be keeping an eye on Rashford and say, "Remember,
Of
you were here
course,
last game. Remember,
of course.
we want to now
He
see
has
you
put
this game."
himself in an awkward position. That's his own
Exactly.
business.
Exactly.
That's his own business. We are out for
Yeah.
blood now. So,
Nah, I hear you. But yeah, next game is Wolves. That's gonna be on
hey,
the 1st of February, and that's in terms of Premier League matches. In between, I think
ah,
there's gonna be like what FA Cup matches and stuff like that. So yeah, obviously we'll keep you guys posted. We're gonna have content as usual. Onana, I don't know if Onana is gonna stick around until the 1st of Feb. But he's gonna go back and
he must bounce.
represent.
Fuck, he must bounce.
I don't know what the situation is there. But anyway, yeah, man, let's leave it here. Thanks once again for listening to this episode of the Glory Reds podcast, and we'll catch y'all guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.